Good day, everyone. My name is Florence Ngozi Opodole. I come from a culture where community defines the people. Community is everything. African cultures believes that a thriving community is the foundation for fulfilling life potential. We therefore place huge emphasis on making our community strong. This show is about our community and your community. Community is defined as a group of people living in the same place or having particular characteristics in common. It is also defined as a feeling of fellowship with others, as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. From an African perspective, community is a foundation aspect of life, where individuals are inextricably linked to their social groups and are defined by their relationships within them. It is a framework for building harmony, providing meaning, and shaping moral values and identity. In African culture, community is all about building harmony and giving meaning to life. Community is therefore considered an essential aspect of an individual's existence. The show is about the communities and their values, living, learning, and sharing together in harmony. Joining me today is someone who embodies the spirit of community in every sense, Cedric Cotte, the founder and executive director of International Community Network of Canada. Cedric holds a background in business administration and communication, and also media studies from the Canadian Mennonite University. But beyond the credentials, he brings heart, vision, and real dedication to building bridges across communities. For the past several years, Cedric has been passionately working to foster genuine human connection, intercultural understanding, and community empowerment right here in Winnipeg. He's not only a leader, he's a connector through his work in community facilitation, social entrepreneurship, and program development. Cedric has focused on making sure newcomers feel included, cultures are celebrated, and future leaders are equipped to rise. His work reflects the values this show celebrates: unity, growth, and the power of people coming together. Welcome to the show, Cedric.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I'm so honored to have you. I've heard a lot about you and the great work you are doing in our community. As you have heard, this show is all about community and those that work hard to make it what it is. So we are so honored to have you here today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for making yourself available so that viewers at home can get to know you more.
Of course.
So please, before we move into the show, can you please give us a little bit about yourself and what made you go into the role of being a community network person?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I start, I would like to say I love your outfit. It's really nice. I love it. So,
thank you.
My name is Cedric Cotte, so I'm actually French. I'm from the Ivory Coast. I spent some time in Ghana, but then I came back to the Ivory Coast and eventually moved here in Canada. So I went to the Canadian Mennonite University where I studied business administration and communication and media studies. And after that, I decided that because I wanted to give back to my community, I wanted to create this organization to help newcomers integrate themselves into the Canadian culture. And so, yeah, that's why I decided to do that.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know, what year did you arrive Canada, if I may ask?
I came here in 2018.
Wonderful. That's amazing. You have achieved and accomplished so much within such a short time.
Oh.
And viewers at home, I think this is really, really something for us to take home, that it looks like you did not left any time pass by without doing something.
Yeah.
From 2018 to now, you've gone to school, got your certificates, got all the knowledge that you needed,
Yeah.
and you've also started this organization.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. What is the idea behind the organization, International Community Network of Canada?
Okay, so the concept of ICN Canada, that's in short, is that we identified kind of like a barrier among international communities. So, for example, you would realize that you know, taking the Nigerian, that's where you're from, right? Taking like the Nigerian community, you realize that they only do events themselves. It's always, you know, in things that are geared towards their people. But then you will never see the Nigerian community just collaborating, let's say, with the Peru community. I'm not sure if you've seen that before. Why can't we, like, you know, come together, collaborate together, learn from each other? Because at the end of the day, we share a commonality just because we are all internationals in Canada. So, you know, why don't we, at least for some events or for some things, we can come together and collaborate. And so that's how we started this organization, just to break this barrier and allow different communities to collaborate, to really come together, have dialogues, understand each other, connect, you know, and celebrate their cultural differences. And so that's how the International Community Network was created.
Wow.
And yeah,
and far, so how has that been going for you? Trying to connect with different, you know, when you talked about Nigerians not being able to, yeah, I see a lot of that happening. And just to be, not to play the devil's advocate, but I know a lot of communities want to network with other communities, but they simply don't know how.
Yeah.
We don't have in this city, like, a number where you can find, oh, I'm looking for the contact number for the community of Peru, like you said, or Syrian community.
Yeah.
You don't, I don't know where to begin to find that.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that. So how has it been working out for you?
Yeah, and I think it's good that you are mentioning that, because that means that there is the need to have an organization that has this kind of contact. And I think we provide that service because we almost work with almost 20 community plus. And so if a community wants to collaborate with another community, then we serve as that platform that can do that. And so I think even in the past, we've had like, I've been able to connect the Peru community with the Bolivian community.
Wow.
And so I think, I believe last week I was attending the second anniversary of the Peru community, and I had the opportunity to see that the Bolivian community perform cultural dance over there. And we were kind of like the platform that enabled this collaboration. And so to see things like that, it's really it fulfills our mission, and that's why we're here to promote that.
That's interesting, and I thank you for that idea. I think this is what our society and our community needs here in Winnipeg, where you know, not to break my thought, but I remember way back in the days, I attended a training called Leadership Winnipeg. And Leadership Winnipeg, the intention was to bring leaders from all community and have them trained. And viewers at home, if you are listening to this, I think this is an initiative that the city of Winnipeg some time ago, or the province of Manitoba, it was sponsored by the province of Manitoba, decided to take leaders from different communities and train them. And the idea was on the idea of sharing and learning, and that's what made your organization so interesting to me, because we don't hear the collective learning, collective sharing, you know, helping one another anymore. So I'm really happy when you mentioned about the collaboration between the Peruvian
community and the Bolivian
and
community.
the Bolivian community.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, if you're from Peru and from Bolivia. I'm not trying to, I'm learning on that. So yeah, but that's really interesting. So I just want to ask, during those cooperation, trying to get communities to work, not to work in silos, do you see yourself facing some challenges? And what are those challenges?
In all what we do, there are challenges, I would say. Personally, I started somewhere. When I think the zeal started from when I was in school. When I came in, I was doing programs. I started somewhere, right? So I work with as an assistant to a Canadian lady called Sandra Lwepke. If she's listening to this interview, shout out to her. She was very instrumental to my,
Yay, Sandra!
So, Sandra, if you're listening to this, she was, I think, very instrumental to my, to me being in this field, just because we did programs together. I think we started with Thursday Together back in Canadian Community. It was a very famous program. We brought in different people from different cultures. So
what is the program called? What was it called?
It was called Thursday Together.
Thursday. You have such an amazing name for your programs. I was going through your website, and when I saw the names you were given, I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting. But it does work the magic, I guess.
Yeah. So initially, the concept of Thursday Together was to bring, new students, international students together on lunch just to have some food, things like that. And so we were, bringing people together. But there were like challenges just because people didn't see the importance and the needs for them to come together, learn from each other. So, for example, you had people that were internationals that were at school for like maybe a couple amount of time, maybe 4 years, that were seniors. So when you are someone who is new to the school and you come to this table with the seniors, you're able to ask questions that those people can answer you, and they can, because of their experience, right? They can assist you. So we were given that platform where old folks and then new folks could, have this exchange, and so that they can help each other. So in this way, we were kind of like providing them the value. So it goes with the problem of not seeing the value in bringing people together, but that was a problem. So we had to really explain the value in you coming to this setting, just because it helps you to learn from people that have been there before, and it's gonna help you in your progress at school. So bringing this from when I was in school to the real organization, we did realize that there's a reluctance of communities, because they've never seen this thing
something
before.
like that. Yeah,
you understand? Have you ever collaborated with someone from Bolivia, Peru? You've never done this, so people have not seen that kind of thing before. So people are, well, I can't even speak their language, so how am I gonna how am I gonna collaborate? How am I gonna talk with these people, right? And so we sat down and we identified like these kinds of issues that are arising, and we sat down, we said, okay, these are the issues, but let's focus on the benefits. Like, what are these people that we are connecting? What are they benefiting from this collaboration? And so we came up and we said, okay, when they come together, they are able to learn from each other. So, for example, if somebody is new, and then we have someone who is old, once again, I take that concept, you can have conversations, sharing ideas in terms of immigration, in terms of life in Canada, in terms of this. So there is a need, because after the program, you're gonna have so much knowledge about things that has been going on and things that you can utilize for yourself. So what we do is we try to portray the value that people will get out of the programs we give to them, and so that has been working for us. And of course, we've come across like several like difficulties because there is this new thing and people are reluctant, and so we always try to portray the value that people will get, and that has been working. For French people, we say when you come, you're gonna learn from people that can speak English, so it's gonna better your ability to speak English. So people now come, I can come here and I can learn how to speak English, so that's good. They come. So right now we have people from the French, the Francophone side that come as well, just so that they can have contact with the Anglophone community, and it's very beautiful to see different cultures over there, and that's the beauty of ICN Canada, and that's why we love doing what we're doing at the moment.
I'm amazed at all, just listening to you talk. I'm wondering, you are so young. You are so viewers at home, am I right? You are so young to be, to have this wonderful. Usually we have people, older people trying to help out in any way they can, but to see someone young like you taking up all these tasks and challenges and the passion, that you are exhibiting out there, it's really, really amazing, and it's wonderful. I'm really happy for you, and thank you for your commitment to seeing our community grow in a better way. You made mention that we are all immigrants in this place, and sometimes in this city, and sometimes some of our problems is that some of us don't see the need. What's the need? And I know, even from my own experience working in communities and collaborating with communities, that cultural communities sometimes just don't see the need for certain things. Do you find that was also the case in what you do, and what must be the problem, why they feel they prioritize other things above this? And at the same time, you find out that even though they prioritize other things in their life over this issue, at the end of the day, they call you and say, hey, can you, do you know, have you gotten that call where people call you, say, Cedric, can you help me do this, and so I want you to talk more about those experiences where, communities kind of, I don't understand, and then they come back.
Very good question. So then the ICN Canada, again, that's the short version of the name of our organization. We weren't called like this. We started as the African Alliances.
Oh.
All right, and because I'm from an African background, I decided that I would create something for my fellow Africans. But I got to a point where I understood that there are other there are other interests when it comes to the African communities in Canada. And so looking at that, I try to really redraw and rethink about why I started this. I started going back to university. What was I doing? What programs was I doing? And I remember that initially it wasn't only African people, it was internationals that I was, doing the work for. And so I sat down and, re-talk. I spoke to Sandra, and I always go there to her place. I take some advices because we work together. And she said, you know what, this is what you started, and it's important that, you do what you've always been doing, which is helping international as a whole. So that's the reason why we decided to change the name from this to the International Community Network of Canada. So
that's a wise move.
Yeah. So with Africa, I'm not gonna specify the African, but what I understand from internationals is that they're always looking So first of all, most of them when they come, it's basically they're looking for a job. You know, they especially the job.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they're looking for. They want to hustle and things. So they don't have time for such programs. But the thing is, they don't understand that this program are the things that will give them the tools to succeed. And before you can succeed, you need to have resources. You need to be well equipped before you can, you know, you need to have the foundation, the basis before you can go. You can't just go like that. You need to have that's why you go to school to learn and become what you want to be in the future. But these international communities don't understand that, you know, this is what you need before you can flourish. And so looking at this difficulty, we try as much as possible to educate people that, hey, there is value in this program that we're doing because we're inviting people to come and talk about your difficulties, to come and give you these tools, to come and give you these resources. During the dialogues, we want you to connect with different people so that these people can give you what you need to succeed in Canada. And so, again, this is an ongoing struggle, but we try as much as possible to highlight the value in what we are giving. And so far it has been successful. People are understanding a little bit what we're doing, and the fact that they are coming to our event, the fact that people are signing up to come to our event means that we are creating a change in the mindset of internationals. And so it's really you know, important that even people that are even listening to this, it's really important that we as internationals, when we come, if for example a non-profit organization such as NEEDS, such as Manitoba Start, when they are doing programs like this, you know you don't have a job, but you need to know exactly how do you do your resume, how do you do this. You don't know it. You understand? So you need to know these things. You need to go to these events and know more before you can start applying for these jobs. It's very important. Have the foundation first. And so to everyone listening from an international background, I think it's important that they attend this event. This way they have these tools and they can flourish. And this is what also this is also what ICN Canada does for the international communities. So
do you have an office? Do you have a place?
Currently, we don't have a place. We work remotely.
Remotely, okay.
So we are trying as much as possible to apply for funding that will enable us to secure a place. But other than that, we make partnerships. I think we started with the mediation service. So I want to give a shout out to the mediation service as well.
Good.
You know what?
I love when I hear guests, you know, talk about other groups and organizations that are collaborating. I love that.
Yeah, mediation service, fantastic, you know, fantastic organization. They helped us when we started our programs. They gave us the rooms for free.
Wow.
To you know, to do our program. So I'm very grateful to them. I always thank Christine. She's the executive director of the mediation service. Shout out to her as well.
Wow.
Very good person.
Thank you, Christine.
And so you know, and these people, you know, helped us to lay the foundations so for us to flourish. Right now we have so many people that unfortunately we can't accommodate them at the mediation service. So now we have to, you know, rent like bigger spaces to conduct our programs. And this shows how the organization is growing and the interest for people to join our organization.
That's fantastic. Viewers at home, if you are listening, this is an opportunity for us to collaborate to make this organization a bigger, a better, and more grandeur programs will come out of this. I love to share, I love to see, I love to work with groups and organizations that learn to collaborate, because this is how our community will grow. Sometimes we don't all have it all, and but you see, for everyone that by nature was placed in this part of the world, you are part of our bigger community, and you have a role to play. So if you are listening at home, please take the time to think, where can I help to help this organization grow the better, grow the more.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the names that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I know also, like I was talking about, people that helped me in the path of being in this area of community was a man, Martin Isco. When
Who was that?
Martin Isco.
I think I've come. Is it the
You must
CC
the
coalition?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But long time ago, through the leadership Winnipeg, he was the first person that called my attention, that noticed that there is something in me that needs to be harnessed, and that was like 2006 or so, long time ago. And so he encouraged me to enroll in this leadership training Winnipeg. And then it was a 9-month training offered by the province of Manitoba.
Okay.
But that, like you said, learning, that set me into the path of knowing how great Manitoba is and how can I contribute to the growth and to this mosaic nature that we have in this country.
Yeah.
And how can I be part of this multiculturalism and make it grow the better. Okay, so from that time on, he has been in my life, helping. I run to him like you do for some advices and all that, and he's been a wonderful fellow too.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love the fact that you you really have that connection with him. He's there to guide you. He's kind of like your mentor. I think that's something that I think everyone should have. You need to have a mentor, someone that you can look up to, someone that you can ask questions, someone that can guide you when you are stuck.
Yeah,
because you always get
so important.
So it's very important. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all the great ideas that you are doing, and the work you have done already, and the ones that are coming.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about there is a line I read in one of your posts. It said, envisioning a future where communities thrive through shared understanding and collaboration. Take us through that thought. Like how, I know what we, like in the Leadership Winnipeg training and working from that time onwards, our goal is to remove communities from working in silos. Like you mentioned the Nigerian community, which is true. We always want to do our own thing. We don't. But the province of Manitoba had always encouraged communities to network, share, and work together rather than us working in our silos. Now, moving back to this year, 2025, we hear a lot of, talks about do away with DEI, do away with, multiculturalism and all that. And now your thought, being multiculturalism, envisioning it together, work together. How do you see that playing out in the future? Do you see it as something that will be a huge challenge to your idea or to the idea of the ICN?
I think there are a lot of things that are happening, especially on the DEI aspect. The fact that there are people that are against the DEI itself, but I go with I have there's this thing from South Africa. I'm not sure if you've heard. It's called the Ubuntu spirit. Ubuntu spirit is simply a South African say that says that I am because we are. And so utilizing that as a core, it tells you that a person cannot, succeed and flourish on his own. You need the help of other people to thrive. You need the help of other people to get to where you want to be in life. And you even mentioned that the fact that you had like a mentor, Martin, that provided you that training service. You wouldn't have known these kind of things.
No.
So the fact that you were able to collaborate with him, made you who you are now. And I'm sure you've made lots of connections that have helped you to get to the position in which you are at the moment. You couldn't have done this on your own. So looking at these personal experiences, the question is, based on what you all see, do you think that it's important to collaborate?
Of course, it is important.
So here we go. It's always important. I always push people to do that. Collaboration, asking each other, helping each other. This is what helps us to be stronger. This is what helps us to to get to where we want to be in life. And there is the people forget that there is beauty in it, because when you are able to collaborate with somebody, you are able to have a conversation with someone. You learn from the person, and the person learns from you. And so there is beauty in the process, and there is also learning as well. And so I think people really need to understand exactly what the meaning of DEI, because I think people are forgetting about, why the DEI is there. People are forgetting about, the mission of the DEI, and I think that's concerning. So we need to remember what the DEI is, and, what the DEI, has done to promote that diversity and that inclusion. Because when everybody feels heard, when everybody feels that they have a say, when everybody feels included in a project, or it can be whatever, then I think there is hope, and there is genuine, willingness to get together and to promote, whatever you're doing. So.
I heard you. This is really, really important, and I know sometimes when I hear that talk about doing away with DEI, I feel that as much as we in that sector should speak out more, and also challenge those ideas and those thoughts, because one of the reasons why we started this program is to also talk about all the people that are working so hard in our community, that are bringing values that are very, very important to everybody. If our community is good, we'll bring out individuals, women, men, children that are healthy and that values the place they come from. So again, back to what you said, Ubuntu principles. I am because of we are.
Yeah.
I am because Winnipeg, it's a place to be. So that's so interesting, and that's so nice. Thank you for mentioning that. I want to talk about one of your programs, which is so interesting. And again, I went back to the name, Adulthood Na Scam.
Yeah.
I saw that. I said, adulthood is a scam. I wanted to talk to viewers about that project.
Okay. Oh, thanks. Adulthood Na Scam is, I think you're Nigerian, so you should hear this. It's a Nigerian slang.
Yeah.
So we were, again, I don't work alone. I work with my team.
Okay.
So shout out to my team again. Best team in the world. With them, we're going places. We're making impact here in Winnipeg, so I just wanted to give them a shout out, because these guys are really working hard without getting paid. I have to mention that they are volunteering, and so they are doing an incredible work with me, and that really has to be acknowledged. This thing came from one of my members when we were brainstorming. They were like, okay, we want to do something about cost of living, hardship, about when you come to Canada, that it's hard to thrive, and so we wanna highlight that in a team. And so one of my members, I think she's from she's from Jamaica.
Okay.
Jamaica. So I think she has a lot of Nigerian friends as well. So the idea came saying, "Oh, adulthood na scam." Adulthood is a scam. And I think there is also a musician that also sang this. So I was like, "Hey, someone just sang it." So it will be fun to bring that. And the people that are in my team are mostly young people, and so they love what's trending. Right, and so we came up with this idea and say, okay, let's call this adulthood na scam. But to really enter in the core of this event, it was more to say, hey, we are all international. We are all in this together. Let's come together. Let's talk about our difficulties. Let's talk about what we can do to support each other, and so that together. We give ourselves the resources, the tools to flourish and to be the best version of ourselves here in Winnipeg. And so it was this idea. And so I'm just trying to expand the idea behind that. It was a lovely event, wonderful event.
I think it's one event I would love you to continue, because every year there is new addition to adulthood.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of people were talking. They were talking about the difficulties paying rent, difficulties like
moving out from parents' house.
It was lovely conversation. We had like so much fun.
Wow.
And again, this is the beauty about ICN Canada, because you get to understand that you are from an African background, but then you see like someone from an Hispanic community also sharing the same thing as well.
Of course, because
so you're like, okay, that means we are all in this together, right? So there's similarity where we are right now.
Of course, we share the same issues, and we shop in the same store, so everybody knows.
So I think even in one of the sessions, because we do group discussion, in one of the sessions, one of the members started sharing like, cheap, restaurant, cheap, grocery stores where you can go and purchase your stuff. At least when you know that your budget is tight, you can. So we shared all these resources, and people benefited from it.
Wow!
Look at the beauty of that. So,
I think this is one. Just because I know that, again, talking about the cultural communities, a lot of our cultural communities talk about their young people being alienated from what they are doing, and the young ones don't feel involved in what their parents are doing. So I think this adulthood NASCAR will be an interesting one to keep at it. And I don't know whether it's still going on, but it's still going on, right?
Yeah, those are things we always try to do. So
And then talk to us about Chop and Chat. That's another program that he did on his, that ICN is undertaking, Chop and Chat.
Yeah, Chop and Chats. We actually did this year Chop and Chat 2.0.
Wow.
Really.
So the last year one was 1.0? Or
well,
just
maybe it was just Chop and Chat because that was the first time we were doing it. Okay. But this one was 2.0. Wow. Like, and the theme was healthy, like healthy communities. I think it was more than that, but yeah, that's what I remember.
You have great ideas. Man, you have great ideas.
Not me. I always love to say the team. That is the team. To be honest, the ideas just flow from everywhere. It's very nice to work with, a team that is very, it's young. It's everywhere, so you just need to pick now.
Wow.
So it's...
And that's the good thing and great thing about working with young people. They are so innovative and so energetic and passionate about what they do. So that's so interesting. And can you share your biggest success in these two programs?
The biggest success, I would say, for me, with the Chop and Chat 2.0, I'm not going to talk about the, maybe I'll share a little bit on that, but I would like to say something about my team, just because we started from nothing. And to see that we had such chemistry when we were, working on these events, I really felt it. I really, I was like, wow, looking at, where we started and where we are right now, the number of people in the team, the joy they get, out of helping people, the joy they get out of doing these. Some tasks are very heavy, but they take time in their day to do it. I was so amazed, and we had that chemistry, and I really love that from especially this Chop and Chat 2.0. I really love that. But on the aspect of the community and the people that we did the program for, it was amazing. We had fun. We had a lot of French people that came, especially for this event.
Yeah.
So we tried to do, French, speech and English speech just to accommodate everyone. So this is something that we are starting. because there's a lot of interest from the French community now. So basically the organization is a lot of English, a lot of French, and a lot of Hispanic.
Wow.
And so right now, because we have the Hispanic people can also speak English, so that's fine with them. But the French people, sometimes it's hard for them with the English. And so what we did that was very new in the Chop and Chat 2.0 is that we did a group where it was only French people that had the conversation, but not French people from the same country. They were French people from different countries. So you would see someone from Mali, someone from the Ivory Coast.
Is there French difference?
Yes, there's difference.
Okay.
You understand? It's
Okay.
like you speaking English from Nigeria and another person speaking English from Ghana. There are similar. They are I was in Ghana for some time, and so my English is like you.
Pronunciation different.
Yeah, it different. And I forgot a little bit because I have a lot of Nigerian friends now. So my Chale, if you say Chale in Ghanaian, someone is gonna know, right? Because when they speak, they always say Chale. Chale means friend.
Oh.
Right, and so it's a little bit gone, but if I speak with someone from Ghana, I cannot even speak the language from there.
Wow.
So, we can have that connection. But that was the beauty, to accommodate the French community, to also accommodate like other people, and we had new people that came.
I was invited to an event within the French community. And on getting there, it's an African thing, and I saw lots of people, lots of Africans that I have never seen. And they are from the French community. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, something must be wrong with us here in Winnipeg. I felt really bad that I know someone invited me to an event, and the person that invited me wasn't even an African woman. It was a white lady, Giselle, my friend. Giselle, she invited me, and I went in there, and I was so surprised seeing all these our women. It was a Women's Day, International Women's Day event. I have never seen them. I don't know them. I have never come across them anywhere. And yet I live in Manitoba. I've lived in Manitoba, in Winnipeg, for 25 years. I felt bad that language is separating me from my fellow sisters that I'm supposed to know, that I'm supposed to be dealing with. Like, I sat there and I'm looking around to see if I can identify one face that I knew of, and I didn't, except the lady that invited me, and I felt terribly bad. So coming back to ICN, what will ICN be doing to ensure that communities are not torn apart by mere language? How can we connect back together?
I think this is an ongoing conversation that we have with the members of my team. It's important. How do we bring people if there's language barrier? Like we wanna connect people from different cultures. We want them to be together. But this person speaks French, and this person speaks English. Like, how do we bring them together? So these are some of the questions that we are trying to to answer. These are some of the things that we're trying to deal with. Just because if you want to bring people together, if you want to break these barriers, you have to know what to do to make these people have interactions. And so we are trying to to set up a few strategies in order to do that. One of the things that we started with the Chop and Chats. It's again there's this difficulty, right? So we're trying to do some partner with other organizations to see if our members or the communities that come to our event can follow this, English training, just so that they can at least
or French training.
Or French training.
Yeah, English, but I want to learn French.
Yeah. So they have
to be able to know my sisters in the French community and be able to attend event together with them.
Yeah, so they have this background, just so that the bilingual background, so they can, fluently communicate in French and fluently communicate in English. The other thing that we are also trying to do is to see, okay, so this is a problem, but what are the other ways by which we can entertain? For example, we know that the Hispanic community is one of the interesting fun thing that I've discovered about them is that they love dancing.
Yeah.
They love dancing. So if you invite them and you give them the opportunity to dance, it's a way for them to communicate. So, we're trying to see how people can communicate through these arts. You understand? Because we know that there are some similarities with the African, culture as well, that, you dance, things like that. So, how do we, bring that? It's true, you won't be able to communicate, but in dancing or things like that, you'll be able to share and learn, other aspect of the other community. So these are the side pieces. Again, you went to that program. It's true, you didn't understand the language, but then at the end of the day, when you went there, you were able to learn you were able to see new people. So that itself is something, is good.
Of course.
You move for yourself from your comfort zone, and you went to the French community to do that. And I'm telling you, if you do that often, you're gonna.
No one of them invited me. Viewers, if you are listening, they never invited me. I got the invitation from my friend who is a white Canadian that invited me. She's French, by the way. And I was so happy I went, and I got there, and lo and behold, the room was filled with my fellow black sisters, and I didn't know one person there.
That's amazing.
And I felt bad. I felt bad because
I don't think you should feel bad.
No, I was really happy. I went in to stay for 30 minutes. I ended up staying almost to the end of the show because it was so interesting. I wasn't understanding a bit of what they were saying, but I could follow along because it's in International Women's Day. I followed along on everything everybody was saying. I'm not saying I heard everything completely as it's supposed to be, but I got the gist. And it was interesting, but I felt that it shouldn't be so.
Yeah, I mean,
it shouldn't be so. Maybe I'm giving you assignment, and if you can work with that, I will work with that with you.
Sure.
To build bridges and connect people more, so that languages. Canada is multilingual.
It's multilingual.
Right, and the two official languages, English and French. So it will benefit me for me to learn my French.
Yes.
And it will benefit the French to learn English.
English as well.
So with that, both of us can, we could be a better Canadian than what we are doing right now. So thank you so much on that. I just felt that the chop and chat was wow.
No, it was good. It was amazing, and we had this person from a very good community activist from the French side. Her name is Bintu Sako. She's very well known in the community. She came to give the land acknowledgement. I was very honored to have her there, because she's actually very big in the French community once again. And so that added to the spice of the occasion. And we had Matt Johnston from Johnston Group as well, a very good organization that also favors communities that work towards the betterment of people here in Winnipeg. And so to have this kind of people interested in your programs, it's very
good. I saw that. I'm interested in your program more than
very good. And I would also like to call on if there are any officials just to come to our events and and to see what we do, because we want people to see what we're doing, because it's incredible incredible work.
And that's the reason why I invited you to the show and was happy that you were able to make it, because sometimes for those communities and agencies that are working so hard, sometimes it's so hard to hear them. It's so hard to see them, but an opportunity like this is created so that communities can voice by themselves, talk about their project, talk about their programs and areas that they need help and collaborations. So if someone wants to reach you, or the ICN, talk to viewers, how can they reach you? Okay, so we are on social media. So we are on Instagram, Facebook. So it's hashtag ICN Canada. So that's where you can get us on Instagram and on Facebook. Our website is www.icncanada.com. So you can just type that on your web search and you'll find us. You'll find our websites. We are also on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the full name. So it's the International Community. You have to write the full name actually. The International Community Network of Canada before you can see it. And so, you can follow us on all pages, and you can also reach out to us. So our number is 431-557-9727. You can also reach out to us directly by phone number. And once you reach out to us, we have a team that will welcome you. We have a lot of resources as well. Wow. On our network, we mostly use WhatsApp. And so we have a group where we have all our community members. We have a group where we have a marketplace where people can share their resources, job update, things like that. Lots of people are part of that group. We are trying to create lots of small groups. Such as, I love this, your groups. Such as soccer, some people created a co-working group, so you get to go and learn with other people from different cultures. If I don't know how to explain, but ICN Canada is just an abundance of ideas. Yes. We try as much as we also do Tuesdays together. All the time, every Tuesday we meet and we talk online. Wow. We talk about a specific topic. How do you share so that people get to know this? I think if I wasn't made aware of this, I wouldn't know. How can people easily come across you? I know a lot of young people. By the way, your target audience, who are your target audience? It's the young people. Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe they know. Young people. So, but we also have allies. It's open to everybody, but it's just that the nature of the organization is just... it's open to everybody. Everyone can come. Even you can come. So there's no problem. Okay. I hope I won't be the odd person there. No, come on. In fact, for our next event, we'd love you to be there. We have a major event coming up this summer. It's called Flavors of the World. You don't want to miss out for this event. Can you talk a little about that? I would love to. Flavors of the World. Flavors of the World is one of the best events that ICN Canada does here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We invite communities from all over Winnipeg. They come, they perform, so there's dance, they bring food, so you get to taste food from different cultures, and we have group conversations where you get to, be in a group circle and have conversation with people from different cultures. You learn, you network, you get contact. It's amazing. Where is it taking place? Have you found a venue yet? Yeah, we're planning to do it at the Kildonan Park. So communication will go out, I think, latest end of this week. When are you hoping to have that on? We're hoping to have that on the last Saturday of July, hopefully. So we're trying to plan for that. You don't want to miss it. I'm inviting you officially. You gotta be there. So I will have to check my calendar. So many things are popping up for that July. No problem. But I will really want to be on this one, because I think just listening to you and hearing all the work you guys are doing, and I'm thinking, geez, there is a lot of gaps that is happening between what you guys are doing and other organizations. And I'm just wondering, are you getting the necessary collaboration you needed from other sister organizations or other organizations like the ACOMI, like the French communities, like from the Needs Center? You mentioned the Needs Center.
Well, it's an ongoing conversation. You know, we've partnered with you know, some organizations. Some organization we try to reach out to them. It's sometimes it gets very slow, you know, because some people are also working on different things. But the people you know, we get to work with them, it works. For example, with the you know, with the Chop and Chat, which is a mental health related event. We work with Manitoba, which is a mental health event, and then which is a mental health organization. So there are organizations that are willing to. We work with Manitoba Start, Plurial, and like the Manitoba African Cup of Nations. My good friend Gode Katembo, who is you know, the executive director of that organization, who is doing an amazing work again in the African community. This guy is really great. It's actually one of the person that, you know, I usually watch, and he really inspired me to do what I'm doing with my organization. And so, you know, organizations like that, collaborating with them, you know, helps you to you know, solidify yourself. I love to collaborate. I don't like doing saying, oh, we know everything. No. I would love to collaborate. So we always, you know, send collaboration, you know, letters. Even the last time I met with executive director of Kids Initiative, her name is Ross Cat. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name properly, but we will have conversations, and you know, we will see how, you know, we can collaborate with each other. So it's really about if the organization is willing to work with us, so we accept and we go with them. If not, we still like work with people that are with us, and that's how we move. So.
Well, it's been an honor, and I'm so delighted to have you in this show. Honestly, when I said I'm delighted, I am truly, truly delighted to. The reason being that you come at your job with such a great passion that I don't see that very often with our young people.
Oh.
And I must tell you, I don't see that much often. Sometimes our young people, especially from the African descent, are in areas, not that is not great areas. They are, you know, pursuing their academic work, and they are chasing one career or the other. But to see such a young person spending time and learning about the community itself. And I know, because I've been in the community as well, that most of your time are not being, there is no remuneration, it's not paid. It's a volunteer time. So people like you need to, you know, we need to say thank you for all the good work you are doing and for helping our community grow. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm hoping that, you know, next time we'll bring you back to this show, because I am interested in what you are doing. Honestly, I do.
Amazing.
And I'm hoping viewers at home, today we have Cedric Cotte, who has been here with us talking to us about ICN, International Communities Network of Canada. It's an organization that tries to bring together communities to network together, to exchange ideas, and to build on knowledge that they have learned, and also to share on this knowledge. The organization also works on the premise of Ubuntu, which is I am because of you. I am because you are there for me. And that's the reason why ICN exists today, to talk to youth about connecting together and also finding their way as they navigate the issues of life. So thank you for being here today. We are so grateful that you are here. One thing for the last question I will ask is, if you were to make a wish for ICN, what would be that wish?
I'm just going to say that we should keep, you know, keep our passion.
Okay.
Keep our passion, and let our passion speak for ourselves. Just because we can do everything in the words, but if you are not passionate about what you're doing, then it's not the same. You can easily give up. you can easily do something else. But if you keep your passion, if you make it consistent, it's going to define who you are. And so a wish that I would like to for ICN Canada is that we as an organization remember why we started, remember our passion, remember who we are, because it's going to help us when we get to the top. And we're going to get to the top. We're going to get there. I'm thinking we're going to different provinces. We have different, we want to show to the world that, yes, all cultures can collaborate, can come together. There is a possibility.
Wow.
And so we want to keep the passion. So that's what I'll say.
So viewers at home, this brings us to the end of our conversation today. We have the honor of having Cedric Cotte with us here today to talk to us about how communities are networking and working together to share knowledge and to exchange ideas. So thank you for watching and staying with us all through the show. Follow us on Instagram and also on Facebook. You are watching your Multicultural channel.